Look around you, really look. Pick any room, an office, a dinner table, a casual meetup. 10 people, 9 of them are sleepwalking through life. They're not thinking, they're reacting. They're waiting for permission, craving approval, scared of silence, and completely hijacked by their own emotions. They think they're making choices. They're not. But there's always one who isn't playing the same game. He's watching it. He sees the strings others don't. He hears what's not being said. He knows what you want before you even know you want it. He doesn't seek validation. He seeks leverage. He doesn't react to chaos. He uses it. That man is the player. And here's the truth that should shake you. If you don't learn how to think like him, you'll always be his pawn. Subscribe right now to always stay a few steps ahead of ordinary people. Most people spend their entire lives confused, wondering why they work so hard yet stay stuck, why the loud, the ruthless, the mediocre keep rising, while the kind and capable get left behind. They blame bad luck, they blame the system. But deep down, they're just hiding from one brutal truth. You were trained to be harmless. You were taught to be a victim. Machiavelli, whose name still makes people uncomfortable, wasn't evil. He was just honest. He didn't write about how the world should be. He wrote about how it is. And he understood one law that 90% of people ignore. If you try to be good in a world that isn't, you'll get destroyed. This isn't about becoming cruel. This isn't about hurting people. This is about waking up. It's about stepping out of the 90% who feel and joining the 10% who think. You're about to unlock the gate to your own mind. We're tearing down the illusions you hide behind, the lies of fairness, softness, vulnerability. Because that shield you're clinging to, it's made of paper. By the end of this, you won't walk into rooms the same way. You won't just see people anymore. You'll see patterns. You'll see leverage. You'll see the game. And for the first time, you'll be the one holding the dice. But a word of warning, once you see the strings, you can never unsee them. Let's begin. The first mistake you keep making, the mistake that costs you, that lowers your respect and takes away your peace, is that you are fantasizing. You are living in a dream. You enter a negotiation, a relationship, or a conflict, and you operate based on how you think others should behave. You think, if I'm honest, they'll be honest. If I work hard, they'll notice. If I sacrifice for them, they'll be loyal. That belief feels noble, but it's a trap, and it's fatal. Machiavelli warned you centuries ago. A man who wishes to make a profession of goodness in everything must necessarily come to grief among so many who are not good. Read that carefully. He's not telling you to stop being good. He's telling you something far more dangerous. If you rely on your goodness to protect you, you're walking into a lion's den wearing a stake as armor. This is the idealist's disease. 90% of people project their own values onto others. If you have a good heart, you assume everyone else does too. If you care deeply, you assume others will care when you explain yourself. If you believe in fairness, you assume justice is built into the universe. It isn't. Justice is a human invention. Power is a natural law. And as long as you confuse the two, you will keep losing while wondering why. To be smarter than 90% of people, you must stop wishing for a fantasy reality. You must see reality exactly as it is, naked and unfiltered. When someone betrays you, stop asking, "How could they do this to me?" That's an emotional question, and emotional questions are useless. Ask the Machiavellian question instead. What did they gain? because people always act in their own self-interest. Even when they appear altruistic, they're chasing the dopamine of feeling moral, superior, righteous. Once you understand this, something changes. You stop getting hurt. You stop being shocked. You start predicting. Most people are shocked when their boss fires them to save a few dollars. Shocked when a lover leaves them for someone with more status. Shocked when a friend betrays them for social leverage. The Machiavellian is never shocked. He expected it. He understands that human nature is unstable, fearful, and opportunistic. I know this sounds cold. It feels cynical. But ask yourself one question. Who is safer? The man who believes the ocean loves him, or the man who respects the ocean's power to drown him? The second man builds a boat. The first one drowns while praying. You don't need more faith. You don't need more hope. You must build your boat too. This is where you must change. Stop listening to what people say. Words are cheap. Words are made to deceive, to smooth things over, to manipulate. Watch what people do. If their words say, "I love you," but their actions say, "I don't respect you," believe the actions. If a company says, "We're a family here," but treats you like you're disposable, believe the actions. Reality always speaks through behavior. The moment you drop your moral expectations, the fantasy of how the world should treat you, something powerful happens. You become invisible to manipulation. You become a realist. And in a room full of dreamers, the realist is king. You must kill the part of you that needs the world to be fair. That need is childish, and in the real world, it's a weakness. Accept the chaos. Accept the greed. Accept the betrayal. Not emotionally, strategically. Because once you accept it, you can prepare for it. You can navigate it. You can outmaneuver it. You stop being a victim of circumstance and become a master of terrain. Now understand this. We live in the age of noise. Everyone is talking. Everyone is explaining. Everyone is desperate to be seen, heard, validated. Scroll social media, read comment sections, listen to people at a bar. They're spilling who they are, what they think, what they plan to do, without realizing it. They believe talking is dominance. They believe explaining themselves is power. They're wrong. Every word you speak is a leak. Every explanation is ammunition handed to someone else. Machiavelli understood this deeply. The most powerful person in the room is usually the quietest. Why? Because information is power. And when you are talking, you are giving away power. When you are listening, you are acquiring it. Most people, 90% of them, can't handle silence. It makes them itch. Try this next time you're in a conversation. Someone finishes their sentence. Don't respond. Just look at them. Hold eye contact. In your head, count to 4. Now watch what happens. They'll start to squirm. Their brain will panic, interpret the silence as judgment, rejection, tension, and in that panic, they'll rush to fill the void. But this time, they won't be calculated. They'll be honest. They'll blurt out something they didn't mean to share. They'll over-explain a lie. They'll expose an insecurity they were trying to hide. Silence is a vacuum, and human beings are terrified of vacuums. They'll throw anything into that void, even their own secrets. The Machiavellian thinker uses silence as a weapon. He doesn't feel the need to fill the air. He is comfortable in the tension. And when you're under attack, when someone insults you, mocks you, challenges you, your first instinct, like the 90%, is to defend. That's not what I meant. You misunderstood me. Stop. Defending yourself only proves one thing. Their opinion matters to you. You just handed them emotional leverage. Instead, do this. Look at them, say nothing, or ask a simple, calm question. Why would you say that? Then wait. Watch how fast they start backpedaling. Watch how the confidence drains from their face. By staying above their level, you flip the script. You become the judge. They become the defendant. This is the art. Starve people of your reaction. Most are addicted to it. They poke you just to see if you'll flinch. If you bleed, they learn where to stab next. But if you're stone, if you're the void, they panic. They can't read you. They can't predict you. And what they can't predict, they respect. This applies to your goals too. You've heard it before. Move in silence. Yeah, it's a cliche because it works. The moment you tell someone your plan, you've just created resistance. Tell a friend you're starting a business, they'll start projecting their fears onto you. Is that safe? What if it fails? Now you're not just carrying your doubts, you're carrying theirs too. Tell an enemy your plan, they'll sabotage it. Tell the world your plan, you'll get a dopamine hit. You'll feel like you've already won just by saying it. And that tiny taste of reward, it kills the hunger that was driving you to win in the first place. Keep your intentions dark. Let people think you're average. Let them think you're lazy. Let them think you're stupid. Being underestimated is a weapon. You can't be targeted if they don't see you coming. Machiavelli once said, "A prince must be a great pretender to hide his true nature." Be a fog, a shadow, something they can't grab. When you're a fog, they can't aim at you. They swing at the air, exhaust themselves, and that's when you strike. Try this for 1 week. Cut your words in half. Stop explaining why you were late. I was delayed. That's it. Stop explaining why you don't want to go out. Can't make it. That's it. Stop arguing your political opinion. Just listen to theirs. You will feel a surge of power you have never felt before. You are conserving your energy while they deplete theirs. You are becoming the architect. Now, here's your warning. If you go too far, too cold, too silent, too distant, you don't become untouchable. You become a target. People fear what they don't understand. And if you scare them too much, they'll try to eliminate you before you even make a move. To outsmart the 90%, you need to blend in, not disappear, but blend. But here's the twist. Don't wear the mask most people wear. Most people wear masks to hide their flaws. They pretend to be perfect. They pretend to be rich. They pretend to be happy. It's amateur hour, and it breeds envy. The Machiavellian wears a different mask, the mask of humanity. He uses strategic vulnerability. This is a concept that will feel counterintuitive. So listen closely. If you come across too perfect, too composed, too unshakable, you'll trigger something ugly in others, their insecurity, their self-doubt. You remind them of how average they are, and they'll want to knock you down just to feel taller. So what do? You throw them a bone, a chosen flaw, admit to a small mistake, confess a harmless worry, ask for advice about something you already mastered. Why? Because when you ask for advice, they feel wise, they feel useful, they feel superior. And when someone feels superior to you, they stop seeing you as a threat and start seeing you as a friend. Or better yet, as someone they can guide. You're not feeding them information, you're feeding their ego, and that ego, it buys their trust. Machiavelli once said, "The wise man acts virtuous not to be good, but to be trusted." This is the art of the courtier. Castiglione called it sprezzatura, making the hard look easy. But Machiavelli, he took it further. He mastered the dark side, the art of making the calculated look natural. Here's where most people get it twisted. The 90%, they think being yourself is some kind of virtue. They walk around saying, "I just need to be me," like that's a strategy. But let's be real. Being yourself is fine when you're alone. Out in the world, you're on stage, and if you bring your raw emotions to the wrong scene, you don't just lose the moment, you lose the game. Say you're pissed off, furious, but the moment calls for charm, and instead of adapting, you explode. Congrats, you just let your emotions hijack your outcome. The 10% don't do that. They don't be themselves, they curate themselves. They ask, what version of me wins here? Does this require the lion, the dominant force, the heat, the pressure, the presence? Or does this call for the fox? Slick, diplomatic, unreadable. Most people, they've only got one gear. Always the lion, aggressive, brash, or always the fox, passive, agreeable. The master, he flips between them like a switch, seamless, surgical. And I know what you're thinking. This sounds manipulative. This feels fake. It's not. It's called emotional maturity. Think of a parent, their kid's crying. The parent might be dead tired, anxious, about to snap, but they don't be themselves. They put on the mask, calm, safe, in control, because the child's safety matters more than the parent's emotions. Now apply that to everything. Your boss starts yelling, your real self wants to clap back. But the strategic you, he knows better. You don't react, you stay composed, you take mental notes, you survive today and plan for tomorrow. That's the power of the mask. It's not weakness, it's armor. Your soul, that's sacred. Don't let the world handle it with dirty hands. They'll rip it apart. But a mask, they can scratch it all they want. You stay intact. Save your truth for the rare few who earn it, the ones who'd bleed for you. Everyone else, give them the performance they need to see so you can get what you came for. This isn't deception, it's camouflage. And in the jungle, camouflage isn't lying, it's survival. Now we're stepping into the part they never wanted you to touch, the part your parents warned you about, the part polite society pretends doesn't exist. See, most people spend their whole lives trying to be liked. They think zero enemies equals success, that if everyone smiles at them, they've won the game. They're wrong. If you have no enemies, it doesn't mean you're noble. It means you're nothing. It means you've stood for zero. You've challenged no one. You're just a leaf in the wind, blown by opinions, nodding to everything, never a ripple in the water. Machiavelli didn't just say enemies were inevitable. He said they're necessary, because the 90%, they crumble the second they're criticized. One hate comment ruins their whole week. One rival at work throws off their confidence. They scramble to fix it. They try to make peace, but the different kind of person uses their enemy. Think about it. Who tells you the truth? Your friends? No, your friends lie to you. When you're tired, they tell you you look great. When you have a terrible idea, they say it has potential because they don't want to hurt your feelings. They overlook your weaknesses because they love you. But the enemy is like a starving dog looking for your weak spot. If there's a crack in your armor, they'll find it. If you're lazy, they'll exploit it. If you're insecure, that's where they strike. Your enemy is your best auditor. Instead of getting angry at the hate, study it. Why did they attack from that spot? Are you really weak there? If yes, thank them. They showed you what you need to fix. Or are they attacking you because you're winning? If that's the case, thank them again. They're confirming your rise. The lion does not lose sleep over the opinion of sheep. But he watches the hyenas, not because he's scared, but because he plays the long game. This is your next evolution. You must become anti-fragile. This idea isn't just smart, it's brutal, and it's pure Machiavellian at its core, though the name comes from Nassim Taleb. Because here's the truth, fragile things break under pressure. Robust things resist pressure, but only the anti-fragile get stronger because of it. The 90%, they're fragile. You insult them, they break. You must be anti-fragile. When someone doubts you, don't shrink. Use that doubt as fuel. There's no cleaner burning fuel in the universe than the desire to prove someone wrong. Look at Michael Jordan's Hall of Fame speech. It wasn't a love letter, it was a ledger of every single person who ever doubted him. He didn't forget that list. He carried it for 30 years. He used it. Conflict isn't danger, it's the forge. If you ever find yourself in a room where everyone agrees with you, you're in the wrong room. You're comfortable, and comfort kills growth. Go where the knives are out. That's where you get sharp. Now, let's talk about the greatest addiction of our time. It isn't drugs, it isn't pornography, it isn't sugar, it's the now. We live in an age of immediacy, same-day delivery, instant replies, 15-second videos, swipe left, swipe right, get bored, get another hit. The 90% have lost the ability to see past the next moment. They can't think long-term. They quit because 3 gym days didn't carve abs. They quit because their business didn't make millions in month 1. They panic if someone doesn't respond to a text in 5 minutes. They're trapped in the prison of the present moment. But Machiavelli didn't play that way. He played the long game. He knew real power is compound interest, small gains stacked over years, consistent effort, patient strategy. That's not luck. That's anti-fragility in action. If you want to outsmart the 90%, you don't need to be louder. You don't need to be faster. You just need one thing, a longer time horizon. While they are scrambling for the quick buck, you are building the foundation. While they are reacting to the daily news cycle, you are studying history. But let's be honest, this takes a specific kind of pain, a refined kind, the pain of patience. Patience isn't passive, it's active war against your own urges. It is sitting on your hands when you want to grab. It is holding your tongue when you want to scream. It is working in the dark for 5 years so you can shine for 50. You ever heard of the marshmallow test? They put kids in a room, 1 marshmallow in front of them. They said, "You can eat this now, or wait 15 minutes and get 2. Guess what? The kids who couldn't wait grew up scattered, impulsive, stressed. The ones who waited, they run the world now. But here's the truth, no one tells you. You're in that marshmallow test every single day. The 90%, they devour the marshmallow. They take the easy job. They buy a car they can't afford just to look rich. They cheat on their partner for 1 night of pleasure. They mortgage their future to pay for their present. But the Machiavellian, he plays it differently. He invests the now. He sacrifices the easy pleasure because he knows every decision is a vote for his future. He asks, will this matter in 10 years? If not, he drops it. If yes, he obsesses. This is how you win, not today, but forever. You want to become untouchable, become a time traveler. Whenever you feel the urge to snap, to quit, to give in, fast forward 5 years in your mind. Stand in your future. Look back at this moment. Ask yourself, will I be proud I caved, or proud I stood my ground? That single pause, that projection into your future self, is the sharpest weapon in your arsenal. Because here's the truth. The ability to delay gratification is the most accurate predictor of success. It's the one trait that separates the rulers from the ruled. And guess what? Almost nobody has it anymore. Be the one who plants trees knowing they'll never sit in the shade, but knowing their kids will own the forest. That's how you build legacy. Everyone else, they're building debt. And now, let's talk about selfishness. You've been told it's a sin, that you should give even if it breaks you, that you should be the martyr, the nice guy. Machiavelli laughs at this. He knew a brutal truth. You cannot help anyone if you're weak. Look around. Look at the ones who always say yes, the ones who never draw a line. Are they fulfilled? Are they admired? No. They're drained. They're bitter. They're used like tools. And deep down, they resent the very people they keep helping. Because their kindness, it's not pure, it comes with strings. It's a transaction masked as generosity. They give because they crave praise, because they need to be seen as good. That's not kindness. That's cowardice. To outsmart the 90%, you don't need to be cruel. You just need to embrace rational self-interest. Here's what it means. You put your own mask on first. Your health, your mind, your money, your mission. These come first. And when something threatens that, you say no, without guilt, without explanation. No is a complete sentence, because every time you say yes to something you don't want, you're saying no to yourself. You're betraying your own time, the one currency you can never earn back. The 90%? They're terrified of being called selfish. Let them call you selfish. Because here's the twist. Only the full can give. Only the strong can protect. Only the rich can provide. Only the grounded can lift others. A beggar can't help the poor. A weak man can't shield the innocent. You must become strong first. And that means one thing. You enter the ruthless phase. It's a season where you isolate, you cut ties, you remove leeches, you'll lose friends, you'll piss off family. People who once depended on your weakness will get angry. Good. You are pruning the dead branches so the tree can grow. Machiavelli once sighed that it is better to be feared than loved if you cannot be both. Why? Because love is fickle. They love you while you're useful, then they vanish. But respect, fear that stays. Do not seek to be loved by everyone. Seek to be respected. And how do you earn it? Boundaries, self-worth, the courage to defend your space like it's sacred. Stop setting yourself on fire to keep others warm. You are not a candle, you are a sun. You burn for yourself, and your gravity pulls everything else into orbit. Here we are, the final lesson, the one that ties everything together, the one that separates the player from the pawn. It's not money, it's not who you know, it's not IQ, it's emotional alchemy. The 90%? They're emotional slaves. Something bad happens, they feel sad, they quit. Something annoying, they get angry, they snap. They're like human vending machines. Push a button, get a reaction. The player breaks that cycle. He knows emotions are just energy. And energy, it doesn't disappear, it transfers. Pain is energy. Anger is jet fuel. Most people, they waste it. They cry, they rant, they drink to numb it, they dump it on friends, and when it's gone, they're empty again. But the outlier, he captures it. He builds a vault in his mind. When he's disrespected, he doesn't explode. He takes that molten anger and shoves it straight into the engine of his grind. He gets sharper, faster, more dangerous. I'll show them. That's not just revenge, that's rocket fuel. When his heart breaks, he doesn't collapse. He turns that heartbreak into muscle, into writing, into clarity. That's real alchemy, turning pain into power, turning wounds into weapons. Here's the mindset shift. Emotions are not truth, they're tools. Feeling fear doesn't mean danger. It means your body's gearing up for the fight. Feeling tired doesn't mean stop. It means dig deeper. The 90% let feelings dictate action. I don't feel like it. Who cares? The 10%, they flip it. They act first. Then the feeling comes. They train, they write, they build. Then pride follows like a shadow. You must become the observer of your own mind. Picture this. You're sitting in the control room. Behind your eyes, you see anger flash across the screen. The 90%, they smash buttons. You lean back and say, high energy detected. Route that to the engine room. That's how you win. This right here is the ultimate freedom. When you can no longer be manipulated by your own biology, you cannot be manipulated by anyone else. You become untouchable. You become the prince of your own soul. So what happens when you apply these laws? When you see reality naked? When you weaponize silence? When you wear your mask like armor? When you use your enemies instead of fearing them? When you master time? When you make strength your priority? And when you transmute your pain into power? You don't become a monster. You become a quiet king. You walk into a room. You don't have to be the loudest voice. You don't need to shout. You don't need to prove anything. You know the game. You see the strings. You see the insecure person bragging, and you feel pity, not envy. You see the manipulator flattering people, and you feel amusement, not seduced. You see the chaos of the world, and you feel calm, not panic. This is how you outsmart 90% of people. It's not about IQ or luck. It's about waking up from the trance most people are stuck in. Most are drowning in the storm. You've learned to walk on water, but let's be honest, it's a lonely path. I won't lie to you. The air is thinner up here, the crowd is gone, but the view? Oh, it's worth everything. You've left the herd. You threw away the script. You're no longer a background character in someone else's story. You are the author. But listen carefully. The moment you think you've mastered this, that's when you become most vulnerable. The game never stops. Your ego is waiting for you to get arrogant, waiting for you to look down on the 90% with contempt instead of understanding. The second you do that, you become them, just another person reacting, driven by pride. The real master, he knows he's always a student, always watching, always learning, always guarding the citadel within. The door to the cage is open, and you walked out. Don't walk back in just because you miss the company. If you're still here, and if these words opened your eyes, you're not like the others. Subscribe to the channel, like the video and share it with someone you think needs it, and that will be the first step on the path. Keep going, into the dark, into the deep. That's where the treasure is waiting for you.